his country, his capital. It's not your country or your capital. You're part of an invasion into our country, Sadiq. That's what you are, it's our country.
Tommy Robinson challenges Sadiq Khan over hidden political links. You're not going to believe this one. Because while most of the media was busy covering routine stories about London politics, a confrontation has just erupted that could change the conversation completely. Tommy Robinson, the controversial activist who never shies away from calling out those in power, has turned his sights directly on Sadiq Khan, the mayor of London. And this time, it's not just about crime or migration policies. It's about what Robinson claims are hidden political connections, and the timing could not be worse for Khan. Now, before we dive in, let's be clear. These are allegations, suspicions, and heated claims, not proven facts. But what matters right now isn't just whether they hold up in court, it's how they're playing out in the public eye. And the fallout is already massive. So, what exactly happened? Earlier this week, Robinson took to a live-streamed broadcast where he unveiled documents and communications he says point to a series of back-channel discussions involving Khan's office. Robinson framed it as an effort by the mayor to protect his political standing while shielding certain decisions from the public eye. And here's the thing, whether you support Robinson or despise him, you cannot deny the impact of his words. Within hours, social media lit up. The hashtags were trending. People weren't just reacting to the alleged documents. They were reacting to the sense that once again, something might be happening behind closed doors. One Twitter user wrote, "London deserves transparency. If there's nothing to hide, why all the secrecy?" Another post that racked up thousands of likes simply read, "Robinson may be divisive, but this needs answers." The timing could not be more crucial. Khan is already under intense scrutiny over knife crime in London, transport chaos, and accusations that City Hall is disconnected from ordinary Londoners. Add Robinson's explosive claims into the mix, and suddenly the narrative shifts from policy debates to questions of trust, credibility, and political survival. Let's pause for a second. Because this isn't the first time Sadiq Khan has faced public backlash over transparency. Go back a few years, critics slammed him for how City Hall handled financial oversight on transport projects. More recently, there were heated clashes over policing policies and accusations that decisions were being made to appease certain groups rather than protect Londoners as a whole. Each time, Khan managed to weather the storm, but each time, the cracks in public confidence grew just a little wider. And this latest row, thanks to Robinson's intervention, threatens to widen them further. Now, what about the political reactions? Unsurprisingly, Khan's allies are dismissing Robinson's broadcast as a stunt. A Labour Party spokesperson told reporters, "This is nothing but a distraction tactic. The mayor remains focused on delivering for Londoners." But that hasn't stopped opposition figures from seizing the moment. Conservative critics of Khan are already calling for clarification. One Tory MP went as far as to say, "Transparency isn't optional. If there are backroom dealings, Londoners deserve to know." And it's not just Westminster chiming in. Some voices from outside London are warning that this could ripple into national politics. One senior political commentator noted, "If Robinson's claims gain traction, this could drag Labour into yet another debate about integrity and leadership, something Starmer cannot afford as he prepares for the next general election." Let's not underestimate the cultural impact here either. Tommy Robinson has always been a polarizing figure. His critics argue he thrives on controversy and stirs division. His supporters, however, insist he's one of the few willing to speak uncomfortable truths. That's why this clash with Khan is so significant. It's not just a debate about documents, it's a symbolic battle between two figures who represent very different visions of London, and indeed Britain itself. On one side, Sadiq Khan, polished, official, and holding the keys to City Hall. On the other, Robinson, raw, combative, and relentless in his pursuit of what he frames as exposing the establishment. When those two forces collide, sparks are inevitable. So where does this leave us? Well, right now, there are more questions than answers. Are Robinson's claims credible? Will the alleged documents hold up under scrutiny? And perhaps the biggest question of all, how much political damage has already been done, regardless of what's proven? Because let's face it, in politics, perception can matter just as much as reality. If voters begin to believe there's a hidden agenda, if trust begins to erode further, it doesn't matter whether the documents are airtight or flimsy. The seed of doubt has already been planted, and that can be enough to shift public sentiment. Here's the bottom line. This story is still developing, and you can bet both Khan's office and Robinson's camp are preparing for the next round of clashes. But the fact that we're even talking about hidden political links at this scale shows how fragile trust in leadership has become. And the question every Londoner, and perhaps every Brit, has to ask is this. If this is just the beginning, how much deeper does it go? Because one thing is certain, the storm around Sadiq Khan is far from over.